Welcome. Let's go ahead and create our model classes. What do I mean by model classes? So whenever we work in an application, it has few layers. Number one layer is this, then it has some layer like this, and this has another layer like this, and here is our client. So this is our client, and this client can be a browser, mobile app, or just tools like Postman who can consume our API. So this client makes a request. So first it comes to a controller layer. What is it called? Controller layer, controller layer. Then this client is trying to send some data to us, and that data will be in the format of a JSON, and this data can be like a title, name, description, those kind of information. And here we have our controller layer. So now this controller layer has some methods. For each type of URL which the client is trying to talk, that there will be that many types of methods in the controller layer. So let's say this client is trying to access this method, which is like a create property, and this client is trying to pass this JSON data. JSON data means JavaScript object notation based data. But this controller is in Java. This is not in JavaScript, and this is coming as JavaScript. So JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So this is JavaScript, and here controller is Java. So Spring somehow does some magic. It converts this JavaScript JSON object into Java class. And that Java class should be able to hold these values of title, name, description if there are any more fields. So that class we are calling as model class. So we will create a model class to hold the information which is coming from the client. And this JSON will be directly mapped to this model class variables, and the values will be automatically converted from JSON to model in Java and Java model to JSON. This will be done by Spring Boot using some kind of parser, JAXB parser. So now we are going to create this model that will help us parse this information. Let's go ahead and do that. So for that, we go to our application in source main Java, right click, create a package called model, and we are going to, this is as you can call as a model, or also you can call data transfer objects, because this object is not on, this is going to help us transfer the object. So take this data and transfer it here. We can also call it as model. So DTO or model. So now we will create a class inside it. Let me convert this to DTO only for your understanding. In industry, we either call DTO, data transfer object, or model, doesn't matter. So DTO. So we will create the first DTO that we want, that is property DTO, property data transfer object. Okay, so what are the fields that it will have? Of course, any property that you see, whether it's an apartment or a row house, anything that has certain types of fields. So first field is private. Best practice is to keep every field as private. So private string property name, let's say, or property description or details. So I can say it as title. So here it will describe what kind of property it is, like two-bedroom apartment, one-bedroom apartment, this thing. Then I have private string description. So we will have a description of the property. Perfect. After that, we will have a owner of the property. So private string owner name. Then we will have owner in email, private string owner email. You can keep phone number as well, but for now I will just keep name and email. Then this property itself will have some price. So we'll say property private double and price. After this property will have an address, private string address. Perfect. Now these fields are private. In order to access them outside this class, we have to create getters and setters that are public method that will help us read and write into these variables. So right click on this and we do generate, choose for getters and setters, select all the fields, click on OK. So now it has created the getters and setters. So either we could go with this approach, we can have getters and setters created, or if we want, we can directly skip this getters and setters and we can take help of Lombok. And Lombok provides us some annotation using which we can also declare getters and setters. So here I will say at the rate getter. So for how do we call any annotation? With the help of at the rate and then the name of the annotation. So I will say getter and that is coming from Lombok. Then similarly we will take at the rate setter. Again this is coming from Lombok. Perfect. So we have created our DTO object. That is great. And we have also seen how to create getter setters or use Lombok's getter setter annotation. So this is it for this video. Let's continue in the next one.